Back in the late 1700s, a German writer and statesman called Johann Wolfgang von Goethe wrote a wonderful thought, and it's one of my favorite quotes of all times. This is BethWe in the Koinonia kitchen. And the von Goethe quote, "We need to have people who mean something to us, people to whom we can turn, knowing that being with them is coming home." You know, coming home is an emotional thing. Some of the feelings are old ones, and they can be good or bad. So I want to talk today about how we can build a good home. How can we build a home that makes us feel safe and connected? Some of my ideas might be old-fashioned, but hang in there. Listen to the whole podcast and see if you don't get a few ideas. You know, the first thing I'm going to talk about, for those of you blessed enough to have a partner, honor your partner first. To put the kids, work, or anything else before your partnership in a key relationship, it's just creating dysfunction. Creating a home as a team is going to be key. Knowing you're there for each other builds security and love. It is a great foundation for a home. But for those of you single adults who are listening, I'm not forgetting you. In this instance, I'm asking you to put self-care first. Like the stewardess or the flight attendant says, put on your own oxygen mask before you help someone else. What is self-care for you? If you're a single adult, I want you to value yourself, and I want it to be evident. When you're building a sense of home, this value will be the basis. It's cooking a meal for yourself. It's taking the time to give yourself a break, to rest. Valuing yourself is going to be just as important as the partnerships valuing each other. Number 2, put your family before your friends. Unless, of course, the friends are your family. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes we get so involved with what we're doing outside the home that we come to believe that home is boring. Not so. One of the best ways to honor your family while creating a sense of home is building and taking part in rituals. I'm from a huge family. I have 9 siblings. And we created a ritual called the Walsh Family Reunion. And we tried to make it so that every few years we get together all the time. Our parents died young, and we were going to lose each other if we didn't create a homecoming, a place where we all come together with our spouses, our children, our grandchildren now. We started it as just a small group, maybe, well, small to me, maybe 20 people. And this last reunion, we had 66 people in place. It's a ritual. If it could be as simple as an annual family photo or a regular movie date, family rituals create a sense of constancy and belonging. And it lets you know that you matter to this group of people because there is consistency there. The third thing I'm going to ask you to do, break bread together. One of the hardest times in my home was when I went back to work at night and I lost my regular family dinner time with my children. Both of my kids were in their middle teens and they would frequently have other events scheduled, so it would be busted up anyway. But family mealtime really creates a sense of home. And when they were available, we had family meal times. What about those listening that live alone? Cook for yourself. I'm telling you, it will change the way you feel about your circumstances in your home. It's okay to go out here and there, but when you invest in yourself by cooking a tasty, healthy meal, instead of a shortcut or a frozen dinner or something like that, it will instill well-being. This can become a ritual, maybe something you do on Sunday night. But do it for home, a real sense of belonging in the space that is yours. Buy that salmon fillet. Spend the money on the steak. Buy something and cook it for yourself. The fourth thing I want you to do, bring others into your space to create memories. Home is where you call the shots, and you never have to be alone unless you want to be. Some of you listening are disagreeing. If so, that's your call. Invite people and enlist family to create memories in your space. Enjoy the interactions. Build a history. Home is often steeped in historic remembrances that bring joy, sadness, but always connection. Home is where you're supposed to connect. It's where you know you matter. It's funny. When I was with my husband and he drove me to his childhood home and showed it to me, I could see all the memories flooding through his face, and it meant so much to me. And then later, when his mother was in a nursing home, and it was right after COVID, and we were just able to get her out and take her for a ride, Donald drove back to that home. And she was nervous and scared being away from her nursing home right after that big COVID scare. But Donald said, "Mom, look at the dogwood tree you planted." And she opened her mind to it and looked up, and the flood of memories just filled her face, and she smiled. Do stuff that create memories at your home. Make the memories matter, because you matter and your home matters. Number 5, don't let your busy schedule rob you of the wonder of home life. Rest is really important. I have discovered that way too late in life. Home can be a place where relaxation and peace can happen, but you have to make it a priority or it won't happen. We live in a very busy society and there is always plenty to do. But every once in a while, put rest on your calendar and go home and just sit on the couch and watch a football game, or sit in the yard and read a book, or garden, or water your plants. Whatever it is, have time at home where it's just about you and the home. Number 6, feed your senses. What does that mean? Hang pictures that make you happy. Bake things that make good smells. My grandma's perfume was cinnamon bread baking in the oven. But you could put a cinnamon diffuser in your kitchen, and it will still create the smell that brings a good memory to you. Listen to music, the lighting. How's the lighting in your home? Pay attention. Do you need more light? Would you like less light? Make it possible for yourself. Is your furniture comfortable? I had this funky chair. It was not an expensive chair, but I wrote so many of my BethWe columns in that chair. Just sitting, writing them by hand, and then having to translate them to the computer later. But my writing seemed to flow when I was writing by hand. And that chair was part of my home, part of the sense of home. Yummy foods, refreshing drinks. What do you have on hand for yourself? Do you like bubbly water? Buy it every once in a while. Get that 12-pack of LaCroix or bubbly or Polar Ice or whatever it is you like. Maybe it's on special. Buy it for yourself and have it available for those times when you're home and you're just celebrating homecoming. The 7th thing, if others are near, be intimate in your touch. Hold a hand, rub a neck, hug people. If you live alone, pets can really help with this one. Be intimate with your touch. Pets matter. Or think of other ways touching can create comfort. If you don't have a pet and you live alone, put lotion on after your shower. Brush your hair. Just sit and brush your hair for a little while. Rub your feet at the end of the day. Touch in your home is very important. The 8th thing I'm going to mention about creating a happy home, the attitude of gratitude. In my spiritual heat journal, I suggest that you find 5 new things for which you are grateful every day. I got to be honest, I've been doing it for over 30 years, and my 5 things get pretty crazy. I have bugs that I see that I've never seen before. I have weeds that are so small, unless you really went and looked for them, you wouldn't see them, and I find them, and I see the little flower on this grass weed that looks like an orchid, and I celebrate it. I celebrate the world in a different way because I've been looking for 5 new things for which to be grateful for many years. Try it. Gratitude is part of creating home. Be grateful in your home. Morning rituals done with regularity create a sense of home. Write that gratitude list every morning in your home, in the place where you write your gratitude list, in a place that becomes your sacred space. a place where you connect with the power greater than yourself. Number 9, I'm going to say remove clutter from your head as well as from your house. Home should be safe, and clutter creates chaos. Make it so. Make it so. In your home, if your stuff is cluttered, straighten it up. Do one drawer a weekend. Do a closet here and there. Remove stuff you don't need. Pass it on to somebody who might need it by giving it to a resale store or something. But make your home clutter-free. How do you make your head clutter-free? I gotta be honest, you should be journaling. If you're not journaling yet, you have a cluttered up head, I'm telling you, that's the ticket. Meditation is great, but it's hard to get to meditation if you have too much clutter in your head. Start with a journal and branch into meditation, a guided meditation. We have some available on the BethWe site. Just listen to the meditation, and it will declutter your head. The 10th thing, laugh often. I think that the 2 quickest ways to connect with someone else is love and laughter. Funny movies, funny friends, joking, cutting up, having a good time. Laughter is so important in this world. That was my dog's name, Risa. Risa means laughter in Spanish because laughter is so important, and it's such a great way to connect with other people. It's also great to have a good laugh when you're by yourself. And when you're talking to your higher power, cut up with them every once in a while. Make a joke. Make a joke. When you catch yourself doing something you know that only you and God saw it happen, make a joke about it with God and have a good laugh. Home is the place you can go every day, not just for the holidays. Create home on purpose. Find your place of rest and comfort. You need to belong. You are created to belong. You are created to feel secure. Snuggle in and create the home of your dreams. I hope you're feeling better because you had a listen. Good Seed Podcast is powered by the BethWe nonprofit ministry based in Vero Beach, Florida. Our goal is to start the uncomfortable conversations that turn complacency into action and despair into hope. Connect, communicate, and thrive with us. Check us out online at BethWe.com.